Today I'm giving you 5 tips on how to create a masculine bedroom. Everything that I'm sharing with you today are the components of what will make a bedroom feel masculine. These are not specific defined furniture pieces that I'm telling you to buy. What I'm sharing with you are more of the boundaries that you can operate within in order to create this type of space. To start, we need to get on the same page about what makes a man's bedroom masculine. This energy is created by delivering a message to the viewer of the room about the person who actually sleeps in the room. The ideal message that we want conveyed here is one of maturity and independence. The room is supposed to be a visual affirmation of the life that you've created or the life that you're beginning to create. The first thing I want to mention is that you need to understand that a man's bedroom is not a man cave, it's not a rec area, and it's not a basement. This is not the place to fill with sports memorabilia, teenage-like decor, or gaming consoles connected to multiple TVs. If you're watching this video and you're trying to create this type of bedroom, it's likely that you're either a single bachelor or you at least live alone. So what you always have to remember is what impression are you setting for any visitors that may see your room for the first time. Do you think she's going to be more impressed with a tastefully designed bedroom, one that maybe includes a modern piece of artwork hanging above the bed? Or do you think she's going to see that string of Iron Man posters you have across the wall and think to herself, I hope he proposes? I think you know the answer. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you have to remove all of the personality out of your bedroom, but what I am saying is that if you are to include it, you need to figure out a sophisticated way of going about it. For example, if you have that movie poster or photo, make sure it fits the overall theme of your bedroom in both mood and color. Additionally, you'll want to have it placed in a nice frame, or maybe have it made into a canvas so that it actually looks like a nice piece rather than a $5 paper poster from Walmart. Secondly, less is more. You don't want your bedroom to feel dead and sterile, but you also don't want it to feel crowded and confused. Your goal here is to make sure that the handful of pieces you do have in the bedroom speak volumes. Ideally, each piece should have its own unique voice, and yet still fit the uniformity and the theme of the room as a whole. Let's talk about colors and textures. Masculine rooms are notoriously known for utilizing neutral colors. Why? Because it works in creating this vibe. Think along the lines of whites, grays, blacks, and beiges forming the majority of the room. However, we don't want it to feel like there's a lack of life or personality in the room, so we also want to include pops of color and texture. My personal favorite, and you don't have to do it this way if you don't want, is to include pops of color that you could either find in raw materials or you could find in nature. Examples would be darker greens that you might find in the forest, browns that would complement the color of wood, off reds or oranges that may replicate clay or brick, things along those lines. As for texture, again, you can pick decor items that incorporate wood, copper, brick, leather, clay, woven textiles, hides, and so on. The fourth tip is going to be working with your surroundings. This is going to pertain more to those of you that have a window with a view. Let's say, for example, that you have a view of the forest or some type of greenery. You can try pulling that into your room. Maybe you could have a dark green accent wall which has a light oak shelf that spans across it. Maybe include some outdoor photography as the artwork you choose to use in your room. On the opposite end of the spectrum, let's say you live in a high-rise in the city. You can try to keep that sleek city vibe by incorporating metals, polished sculptures, or tall mirrors into your decor. The last tip, but probably one of the most important, is lighting. Part of what makes a bedroom feel truly masculine is its allure and its seductiveness, and lighting has a huge role in creating this type of ambiance. What you're trying to achieve is having just enough light, an amount where you can still enjoy the design of your room, but it's not so overbearing that it feels like the middle of the day. You really have 2 options in this scenario. The first is that you can buy some modern style lights which have dimmers built into them, or the second is that you can purchase a directional lamp which can point at a downward or horizontal angle. You now have 5 foundational tips in creating a masculine bedroom. If you liked the video, hit like. If you thought it was helpful, hit subscribe. I hope it serves you well. Good luck.